I'm not a millionaire, but I'm hoping one day I'll be like one of the celebrities on this list. I'm your host Michaela, and today I'll be talking about the top 10 celebrities who came from nothing and are now millionaires. And make sure to subscribe and hit that cool looking bell so you can stay up to date on all our awesome uploads. Starting off this countdown at number 10, Jim Carrey. James Eugene Carrey is a Canadian-American actor and comedian. He broke out as a star in motion pictures with Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, The Mask, and Dumb and Dumber, all in 1994. This is followed up with Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls, Batman Forever, and Liar Liar. In the 2000s, he gained future notice for his portrayal of the Grinch in How the Grinch Stole Christmas and for the comedy Me, Myself, and Irene, as well as Bruce Almighty, A Series of Unfortunate Events, Yes Man, Horton Hears a Who, and A Christmas Carol. In the 2010s, Carrey appeared in the films Mr. Popper's Penguins, Dumb and Dumber 2, and portrayed Leap Day William in the sitcom 30 Rock. In 2020, he portrayed Dr. Robotnik in Sonic the Hedgehog and its 2022 sequel, and Joe Biden in 6 episodes of Saturday Night Live in the lead up to the 2020 United States presidential election. But before his biggest role on In Living Color launched the Canadian comics career in 1990, things weren't so smooth. At 12 years old, the actor was homeless and living in a van after his father lost his job. Number 9, Selena Gomez. Selena Marie Gomez is an American singer, songwriter, actress, and producer. Gomez began her acting career on the children's television series Barney and Friends from 2002 to 2004. As a teenager, she rose to prominence for starring as Alex Russo on the Disney Channel television series Wizards of Waverly Place. Alongside her television career, Gomez appeared in the films Another Cinderella Story, Princess Production Program, Wizards of Waverly Place the Movie, Ramona and Beezus, Monte Carlo, Spring Breakers, Neighbors 2, Sorority Rising, and A Rainy Day in New York. She also voiced the character Mavis in the Hotel Transylvania film franchise. Gomez also executive produced the Netflix television series 13 Reasons Why and Living Undocumented through her production company July Moonhead Productions. She also earned a nomination for Best Actress in a Comedy Series at the Critics' Choice Television Awards. She also made history when she was nominated as a producer for the Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Comedy Series for Only Murders in the Building at the 74th Primetime Emmy Awards. However, when she was an 18-year-old Disney star in 2011, she revealed to Hollywood Life that her mother gave birth to the future superstar when she was just 16 years old, and worked several jobs just to put food, often dollar store spaghetti, on the table. Number 8, Halle Berry. Halle Berry is an American actress. She began her career as a model and entered several beauty contests, finishing at the first runner-up in the Miss USA pageant and coming in 6th in the Miss World 1986. Her breakthrough film role was in the romantic comedy Boomerang, alongside Eddie Murphy, which led to a role in the Flintstones. Berry established herself as one of the highest-paid actresses in Hollywood during the 2000s. She won the Academy Award for Best Actress for her performance of a struggling widow in the romantic drama Monsters Ball, becoming the only African-American woman to have won the award, and took on high-profile roles such as Storm in 4 installments of the X-Men film series, the henchwoman of a robber in the thriller Swordfish, Bond girl Jinx in Die Another Day, and the title role in Catwoman, the later for which she received $12.5 million. Although she now has a net worth of $90 million, she grew up poor, raised by a single mother in Cleveland, and once lived in a New York City homeless shelter before she made it big in Hollywood. Number 7, Kelly Clarkson. Kelly Clarkson is an American singer, songwriter, author, and television personality. She rose to fame after winning the first season of American Idol in 2002, which earned her a record deal with RCA. Her debut single, A Moment Like This, topped the US Billboard Hot 100 and became the country's best-selling single of 2002. It was included on her debut studio album, Thankful, which debuted atop the Billboard 200. Trying to reinvent her image, Clarkson parted ways with Idol management and shifted to pop rock for her second studio album, Breakaway. Supported by 4 US top 10 singles, the title track Since You've Been Gone, Behind These Hazel Eyes, and Because of You, Breakaway sold over 12 million copies worldwide and won 2 Grammy Awards. Clarkson took further creative control for her third studio album by December, co-writing all of its tracks and becoming its executive producer. Clarkson's 4th and 5th studio album, All I Ever Wanted and Stronger, returned to a lighter tone and pop rock sound, with the former becoming her second US #1 album, and the later making her the first artist to win the Grammy Award for Best Pop Vocal Album twice. In 2016, Kelly Clarkson left the audience and herself in tears when she performed a rendition of her song Piece by Piece on American Idol. The reason for all the emotion, however, was because the song was about her troubled childhood, which was punctuated by her father leaving her and her siblings being split up and scattered among family members. Number 6, Demi Moore. Demi Moore is an American actress. After making her film debut in 1981, Moore appeared on the soap opera General Hospital, and subsequently gained recognition as a member of the Brat Pack with roles in Blame It on Rio, St. Elmo's Fire, and About Last Night. She had her breakthrough for her starring role in Ghost, the highest-grossing film of that year. Her performance was praised and earned her a Golden Globe nomination. She had further box office success in the early 1990s with the film A Few Good Men, It's a Proposal, and Disclosure. In 1996, Moore became the highest-paid actress in film history when she received $12.5 million to star in Striptease. She had starring roles in the films Scarlet Letter and G.I. Jane, both of which were commercially unsuccessful and contributed to a downturn in her career. Her career has since had a resurgence with supporting roles in such films as The Hunchback of Notre Dame, The Hunchback of Notre Dame 2, Charlie's Angels, Full Throttle, Bobby, Mr. Brooks, Margin Call, and Rough Night. In 2019, 2019, she released a memoir titled Inside Out, which became a New York Times bestseller. But Demi Moore's father left before she was born, and the man who became her stepfather was frequently out of work, forcing the family to move frequently. Now for number 5, Mark Wahlberg. Mark Robert Michael Wahlberg, former stage name Marky Mark, is an American actor, businessman, and former rapper. He's received multiple accolades, including a BAFTA award and nominations for 2 Academy Awards, 3 Golden Globe Awards, 9 Primetime Emmy Awards, and 3 Screen Actors Guild Awards. In the 1990s, Wahlberg was a member of the music group Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch, with whom he released the albums Music for the People and You Gotta Believe. Wahlberg made his screen debut in Renaissance Man, and had his first starring role in Fear. He also received critical praise for his performance in Boogie Nights, but as a child he was one of the 9 siblings in a broken home. He both used and sold substances as a child. He was also the aggressor in a series of violent, racially motivated assaults. The most serious charges resulted in imprisonment after being tried as an adult for attempting to take someone's life. Number 4, Sylvester Stallone. Sylvester Stallone is an American actor and filmmaker. After his beginnings as a struggling actor for a number of years upon arriving to New York City in 1969 and later Hollywood in 1974, he won his first critical acclaim as an actor for his co-starring role in The Lords of Flatbush. Stallone subsequently found gradual work as an extra or side character in films with a sizable budget until he achieved his greatest critical and commercial success as an actor and screenwriter. In 1977, Stallone was the 3rd actor in cinema to be nominated for Academy Award for Best Original Screenplay and Best Actor. Stallone's film Rocky was inducted into the National Film Registry and had its props placed in the Smithsonian Museum. Stallone's use of the front entrance to the Philadelphia Museum of Art in the Rocky series led the area to be nicknamed the Rocky Steps. Philadelphia has a statue of his character Rocky placed permanently near the museum, and he was voted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame. Sylvester Stallone was born in New York City's Hell's Kitchen, where his mother was a hairdresser. Broken expecting a child, he took a few parts in B movies. At one point, he even sold his dog for cash. Number 3, Mila Kunis. Although she is mostly known for playing Jackie on That 70s Show, she has shown the world that she can do so much more. Since 1999, she provided the voice of the self-conscious daughter Meg Griffin on the animated sitcom Family Guy. Her breakthrough film, however, was Forgetting Sarah Marshall, in which she played a free-spirited character named Rachel. She has since starred in the films Max Payne, The Book of Eli, Black Swan, Friends of Benefits, Ted, and The Oz the Great and Powerful. Mila Kunis publicly vowed she and her husband, fellow actor and A-lister Ashton Kutcher, will not raise entitled children. That's because she grew up poor. An immigrant born in Ukraine, Kunis' family fled to America as the Soviet Union collapsed. In a 2016 interview with the Daily Mail, Kunis recalled eating ketchup soup as a kid when food was scarce. Number 2, Joaquin Phoenix. Joaquin Phoenix is an American actor known for playing dark and unconventional characters in independent films. He has received various accolades, including an Academy Award, a British Academy Film Award, a Grammy Award, and 2 Golden Globe Awards. In 2020, the New York Times named him one of the greatest actors of the 21st century. Phoenix began his career by appearing in television series in the early 1980s with his brother River. His first major film roles were in Space Camp and Parenthood. During this period, he was credited as Leaf Phoenix, a name he gave himself. He took back his birth name, however, in the early 1990s and received critical acclaim for his supporting roles in the comedy drama To Die For. Phoenix received further critical acclaim and a nomination for the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor for his portrayal in the historical drama Gladiator. He had success with the horror film Signs and The Village, and won an Academy Award, a Golden Globe Award, and a nomination for the Academy Award for Best Actor for his portrayal of musician Johnny Cash in Walk the Line. In 2014, Joaquin Phoenix revealed that his childhood involved a Spartan existence with his family, who trekked through South America as part of a cult called Children of God. Now coming in at number 1, Eminem. Eminem is an American rapper and record producer. He is credited with popularizing hip-hop in Middle America and is critically acclaimed as one of the greatest rappers of all time. Eminem's global success and acclaimed works are widely regarded as having broken racial barriers for the acceptance of white rappers in popular music. However, he was raised in the poor and racially charged area along 8 Mile Road, Detroit's symbolic poverty dividing line. I would change schools 2-3 times a year, the rapper told Anderson Cooper in a 2011 interview while reflecting on how his unstable home life affected his education. I got beat up in the bathroom, beat up in the hallways, shoved into lockers, for the most part just for being the new kid. Eminem later dropped out of school in the 9th grade due to problems he faced. People with famous parents must have it easy, but I'm not one, so maybe I don't really have a say. I'm your host Michaela, and today I'll be talking about the top 10 most successful nepotism babies. And make sure to subscribe because it really helps us out. But now let's get started. Starting off this countdown at number 10, Wyatt Russell. If you've encountered all the "Not My Captain America" comments across social media, you know that they're talking about John Walker, played by none other than Wyatt Russell, the son of Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn, who are esteemed actors. Russell has been in a lot of projects throughout the years, but some notable ones are playing the mentioned John Walker, aka US agent in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, as well as playing Cooper Renfield in Black Mirror, specifically in the playtest episode. Russell has been involved in a couple new projects that continue to prove his talent, and we will see him return to the MCU in the upcoming Thunderbolts in 2024. He has talked about what growing up was like, saying, quote, "What Kurt gave me and my mom gave me was a mindset that you're an individual and you make your choices individually. Individuality is an important thing in this business to not lose yourself. And those are the most important things I got. There's nothing about acting that they can really teach you. Number 9, Lily Collins. British American actress Lily Collins jump-started her career at the age of 2 by starring in BBC's Growing Pains. She also is the daughter of famous English musician Phil Collins, who you may know from his award-winning songs and Disney's Tarzan that remains iconic. Collins had her breakthrough performance in The Blind Side. The film received praises, even winning an Academy Award. Since then, Collins has starred in many hit films and TV shows, with the latest being Emily in Paris, a rom-com series on Netflix wherein she plays Emily Cooper, a marketing executive who moves to France to work on a French firm. Season 3 of the show will premiere on December 21st, 2022, so it won't be long until you see Emily again. She said about her experience growing up in the industry, quote, "At the beginning, having Phil Collins as a dad was the most interesting thing about me. Now I've done 8 films, it's an afterthought. I get kids who say, oh, I love your movie, but my mom loves your dad. It's really nice to be able to share that with him, but it doesn't define who I am career-wise." Number 8, Michael Douglas. In some instances, nepotism extends beyond industry names to Hollywood royalty. While Kirk Douglas may have had a less than savory reputation in Hollywood, his impact on the industry has been recognized by both the Academy and the American Film Institute. He was the star of the 1950s silver screen with several box office smashes under his belt. Michael has followed in his father's footsteps as a modern-day movie star, and even directly borrowed from his father's legacy by taking on his rights to develop a film adaptation of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Outside of his father's legacy, Michael is well known for being an Emmy winner, an Academy Award winner, and an MCU star. Number 7, Maya Hawke. Maya Hawke is the daughter of actors Ethan Hawke and Uma Thurman, so talent really is in the family. Before stepping into acting, Hawke went into modeling for brands like Vogue and All Saints, much like her mother before starting out. Years later, she takes on the same path as her parents by accepting the role of Jo Marsh in the BBC series Little Women in 2017. She then became more recognized when she joined the Stranger Things family as Robin Buckley, Steve Harrington's friend and co-worker. Recently, Hawke starred in Do Revenge on Netflix, a dark comedy film as a transfer student in Rose Hill Country Day High School, and befriends a popular girl who becomes an outcast after her ex-boyfriend Max leaks her video. Hawke is fairly new to the industry, yet she already has an impressive filmography, and will probably grow even bigger in the next few years. Not just in acting, but also music. She has said, quote, "My parents are wonderful and really supportive and have given me a lot, and I feel really grateful to have their support. And they both love Stranger Things and I loved it before I was on it." Number 6, Dakota Johnson. While most people grow up with their parents' old sports trophies on the shelf, Dakota Johnson's parents, actors Melanie Griffith and Don Johnson, are both Golden Globe recipients. Dakota is the 3rd generation of a matriarchy of Hollywood success. To her, Tippi Hedren, the legacy star of Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds, is her grandma. However, Dakota has said that her parents initially discouraged her from acting, yet after growing up on film sets, she couldn't imagine herself choosing a different career path. Now, Johnson is best known for her leading role in the 50 Shades series, or maybe for her infamous Ellen interview.
No, that's not the truth, Ellen. You were invited.
As she continues to rack up acting credits after capturing the public's attention in bold fashion. She said, "I was so consistently unmoored and discombobulated. I didn't have an anchor anywhere. I never learned how to learn the way you're supposed to as a kid. I thought, why do I have to go to school on time? What's the point when you're living in Budapest for 6 months while your stepdad films Evita and you go to school in your hotel room?" Number 5, Maud Apatow. Most of the time you can point out a nepo baby by their last name, or by them starring in a project that their parents may have directed, and Maud Apatow is one of them. The actress is the daughter of comedian, actor, and filmmaker Judd Apatow and actress Leslie Mann. It's likely you've seen Apatow in films that her father directed like This Is 40 and The King of Staten Island, even though they're usually small roles. However, Apatow has also starred in projects separate from her family. For instance, Apatow is better known for playing Lexi Howard in HBO's Euphoria, Rue's childhood best friend. The teen drama created by Sam Levinson follows the life of a recovering addict, Rue, as she navigates high school and other relationships. She also played Henrietta Costello in Ryan Murphy's Hollywood. She said, "When I was growing up, my parents never let me act in anything that wasn't with them, and I remember as a kid wanting to be on Broadway. I really wanted to start working. And it was important to my parents that I finish high school and was mature enough to be able to handle myself in those situations without them. I'm really glad that I ended up staying in high school. I feel like when they let me start acting on my own, I was actually ready." Number 4, Angelina Jolie. The world might know Angelina Jolie as a popular celebrity and one of Hollywood's highest paid actresses, but her short-lived stint as Angelina Jolie Voix is often forgotten. The daughter of Academy Award-winning actor John Voix and actress Marceline Bertrand. Jolie's initial TV credits are listed under her and her father's shared last name. Jolie's complicated relationship with her father has been the source of many headlines over the years, and Jolie has openly tried to separate herself from her father's legacy, though changing her last name didn't magically rid her of nepotism's influence. Jolie used her spotlight to build and influence an award-winning career under her own name. Now we can only wonder if the Jolie and Pitt children will do the same. She has said, "When my father had an affair, it changed my mother's life. It set her dream of family life ablaze, but she still loved being a mother. Her dreams of being an actor faded as she found herself." Number 3, Zoe Kravitz. For the past couple of years, Zoe Kravitz has been involved in impressive projects, making her acting debut in No Reservations back in 2007. Zoe is perhaps one of the most known Nepo babies out there, with musician Lenny Kravitz and actress Lisa Bonet as her parents. Having them as your parents, it's no question if you decide to follow their footsteps. Zoe has earned many awards and recognition for several of her roles, such as Big Little Lies and the Divergent series. People may also know her for portraying the iconic Catwoman in the 2022 superhero film The Batman. She said, "When I was younger, I really wanted to prove to people I was a normal human being, that I was cool, chill. When kids were mean, the first thing I said is, she thinks she's so effing cool because her dad is famous. I just wanted to fit in." Number 2, Miley Cyrus. Miley rose to fame alongside her dad, country music artist Billy Ray Cyrus. When Miley was cast in the Disney Channel show Hannah Montana, her real-life dad played her television dad, Robbie Ray. Fans of Billy Ray might recognize the character's similarities, including the not-so-fictional reference to the chart-topping song Achy Break Your Heart. It's obvious that outside of the family name, Billy Ray's passion for music massively influenced Miley's career. The Disney Channel star continued to forge her own path in acting, philanthropy, and music. Number 1, Elizabeth Olsen. Lastly, Elizabeth Olsen is the younger sister of the famous twins Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen. Before reaching her current status, Olsen can be seen in a couple of old projects with her sisters back when they were kids, and it only grew from there. Most people might know her as Wanda Maximoff, aka Scarlet Witch in the MCU. She first appeared in Captain America: The Winter Soldier during the post-credit scene and recently starred in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness as a villain. But besides being a part of such a huge universe, Olsen also takes on smaller films, namely Ingrid Goes West, a comedy film wherein she plays a social media influencer with a lot of following. When it comes to siblings, those who have one either love them or hate them, but you probably don't have a super famous rich one, or probably wish you did. I'm your host Michaela, and today we're talking about the top 10 richest celebrities you didn't know were siblings. And make sure to like and subscribe because it really helps us out. But now let's get started. Number 10, Blake and Robin Lively. Long before Blake Lively ever landed her starring role in the teen drama Gossip Girl, her older half-sister Robin Lively had a thriving acting career of her own. Back in the day, she starred in the cult classic film Teen Witch, and even had a major role on the hit show Twin Peaks. In an interview with Access Hollywood in 2017, the sisters sweetly shared that they are, quote, best friends, and that their bond is everything despite their 15-year age gap. They also have 3 more siblings: Robin's sister and Blake's half-sister Lori, Robin's brother and Blake's half-brother Jason, and Blake's brother and Robin's half-brother Eric. Lori is the oldest and Blake is the youngest of the crew. All 5 share the same mother, talent agent Eileen Lively, and all 5 have worked in the entertainment industry. Talk about good genes. Oh, and not to mention Blake's net worth of $30 million. Number 9, Dennis and Randy Quaid. Brothers Dennis and Randy Quaid have had many things in common: parents, a love of acting, and tons of public struggles. Younger brother Dennis's career took off in the 80s thanks to roles in Interspace, The Big Easy, and Great Balls of Fire. But in the 90s, he struggled with substance abuse disorder, an eating disorder, and eventually a messy divorce from America's sweetheart, Meg Ryan. Older brother Randy, meanwhile, made a name for himself in the 70s and 80s, even earning an Oscar nomination for The Last Detail in 1973, and getting a massive fan base as Cousin Eddie in the National Lampoon's Vacation movies. But a while back, he got into quite a bit of trouble with the law. Quaid and his wife Evie were wanted on a felony vandalism charges in California in 2010. The Quaids were detained at the Canadian border one night while trying to re-enter the United States after Canadian officials granted Evie citizenship, but denied Randy permanent residences and said he would be deported. Court papers said the Quaids damaged or destroyed furniture, a fireplace and a mirror in the guest room, and so much more. Number 8, Ariel Winter and Jimmy Workman. Ariel Winter is best known for playing middle sister Alex on the popular ABC sitcom Modern Family. But in real life, Winter is the youngest of 3, with an older sister and an older brother. What fans might not realize though is that they might already know her brother. His name is Jimmy Workman, and he played Pugsley in The Addams Family and Addams Family Values in the 90s. Winter's family dramas have been in the media for years, as People reports she and her brother are currently estranged, ever since Workman sided with their mother when she denied Winter's abuse allegations. According to a report, Winter was allegedly subjected to slapping, hitting, and pushing by Workman, as well as, quote, vile name-calling, personal insults about minor or minor's weight, attempts to sexualize minor, and deprivation of food for an extended period of time. Number 7, Mary-Kate, Ashley, and Elizabeth Olsen. Mary-Kate Olsen is an American businesswoman, fashion designer, equestrian, and former actress. And Ashley Fuller Olsen is an American businesswoman and former actress as well. They began their acting career 9 months after their birth, sharing the role of Michelle Tanner in the television sitcom Full House from 1987 to 1995. They also starred in numerous films together. In 1993, the production company Dull Star Entertainment Group was founded, which produced a long string of television films and direct-to-video releases featuring the girls. They starred in Passport to Paris in 1999, Our Lips Are Sealed in 2000, Winning in London in 2001, Holiday in the Sun in 2001, and in the television series So What Little Time from 2001 to 2002, for which they were nominated for a Daytime Emmy Award for Outstanding Performer in Children's Programming. They starred in Getting in There in 2002, When in Rome in 2002, The Challenge in 2003, and made cameos in Charlie's Angels, Full Throttle in 2003 as well. And the last film they starred in was New York Minute in 2004. They continued their acting career independently, appearing with a few guest star roles in films and television shows, with Mary-Kate's very last film being Beastly in 2011. Now on to Lizzie. Elizabeth Chase Olsen is an American actress. Olsen began acting at the age of 4, and she starred in her debut film role in the thriller Martha Marcy May Marlene in 2011, for which she was acclaimed and nominated for a Critics' Choice Movie Award among other accolades, followed by a role in the horror film Silent House. Olsen also received a BAFTA Rising Star Award nomination and graduated from New York University 2 years later. But Olsen gained worldwide recognition for her portrayal of Wanda Maximoff, or Scarlet Witch, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe media franchise, starring in the superhero films Avengers Age of Ultron, Captain America Civil War, Avengers Infinity War, Avengers Endgame, and Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, as well as the miniseries WandaVision. Her performance in WandaVision garnered her nominations for a Primetime Emmy Award and a Golden Globe Award. Combined, the three siblings have an estimated net worth of $511 million. While Mary-Kate and Ashley used to be very famous in the early 2000s, the two stars have still managed to maintain a $500 million net worth, which gives each of the twins $250 million. Elizabeth Olsen, on the other hand, rose to fame recently with her current net worth at $11 million. Number 6. Lily and Alfie Allen. In 2006, British pop star Lily Allen released a song called Alfie, playfully begging her lazy brother to straighten out his life and get a job. So though they may not realize it, Game of Thrones fans might have this song to thank for one of the show's most noteworthy characters. Lily's little brother Alfie Allen joined the hit HBO series as Theon Greyjoy in 2011, even earned an Emmy nomination for his performance in 2019. So I guess he can tell his sister thanks. Lily's net worth is also $4 million, and her brother's is actually higher than hers at $6 million. Number 5. Florence Pugh and Toby Sebastian. Florence Pugh has had a huge past few years, with acclaimed roles in Midsommar, Little Women, and Black Widow. Because they work under different names, you likely missed that her brother Toby Sebastian is also an actor. Most notably, he was in the 5th season of Game of Thrones and an opera singer in the 2017 The Music of Silence, with his net worth of around $2 million and Florence's of $8 million. Number 4. Kate and Oliver Hudson. Almost Famous star Kate Hudson and Rules of Engagement star Oliver Hudson are, unknown to many, both the children of Goldie Hawn and Bill Hudson. After a messy divorce, the siblings were raised by Hawn and stepfather Kurt Russell, and were later very publicly disowned by their biological father. Ever since Oliver Hudson's harsh Father's Day Instagram post, which featured him and his younger sister Kate Hudson as kids, posing with their biological father Bill Hudson, and read Happy Abandonment Day. Bill claimed that he did his best to remain in his children's life for years, but that their mother increasingly pitted them against him. After years of back and forth, Oliver's Instagram post was the final straw for him. The duo now work together under the banner of Kate's activewear brand Fabletics, with her big brother Oliver taking over the men's division FL2. Number 3. Jonah Hill and Beanie Feldstein. In recent years, Jonah Hill has shown the world that he is able to tackle any genre, moving on from teen comedies like Superbad to more serious films like the Oscar-nominated baseball flick Moneyball. And given Hill's success as both an actor and director, it should come as no surprise that talent runs in the family. Hill's younger sister, Beanie Feldstein, earned accolades for her performance in 2019's hilarious coming-of-age dramedy Booksmart, and she also appeared in Greta Gerwig's Oscar-nominated film Lady Bird in 2018. If you weren't aware that Hill and Feldstein were related, don't feel bad. Though Hill's last name is legally Feldstein, Hill is his middle name, only his sister still uses the family name professionally. Despite the difference, these two have a special sibling bond. The Hill got a Hello Beanie tattoo in 2018, in honor of his sister's performance in the 2017 Broadway Hello Dolly, with Jonah's net worth of $16 million and his sister's net worth of $3 million. Number 2. Miley and Noah Cyrus. Together, the two ladies have an estimated net worth of $163 million. However, a majority of it comes from Miley Cyrus. The former Disney Channel star currently has a net worth of $160 million, while her younger sister Noah, who is no doubt just as wild as Miley, is estimated to have only $3 million. Now, I thought it was obvious that they were siblings, but some people really didn't know. And those of you that don't, I'll tell you a bit about Noah. Noah Cyrus is an American singer and actress. As a child actor, she voiced the titular character in the English dub of the film Ponyo in 2008, as well as having minor roles in shows like Hannah Montana with her sister and Doc. In 2016, she made her debut as a singer in the single Make Me Cry, featuring Labyrinth, which peaked at number 46 on the Billboard Hot 100. She has released 3 extended plays, Good Cry in 2018, The End of Everything in 2020, and People Don't Change in 2021. Her debut studio album, The Hardest Part, was then released on September 16, 2022. And she was also nominated for Best New Artist at the 63rd Annual Grammy Awards. Oh, and fun fact, they also have 3 other siblings, including the famous Trace Cyrus, with his net worth of $3 million, just like Noah. Now coming in at number 1, Chris, Liam, and Luke Hemsworth. Brothers Chris Hemsworth from Thor and Liam Hemsworth from The Hunger Games are known all over the world for their dashing good looks and acting skills. But all too often, people overlook the third Hemsworth brother, Luke, who plays Ashley on HBO's sci-fi drama Westworld. With Chris's net worth at $130 million, Liam's at $28 million, and Luke's at $3 million, there's a reason I put these siblings at number 1. But that is all. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.